You can see all the junk in the background this way. That's what my mock wall looks like. But I figured I would just do like a vlog while I'm getting ready with me, so you have something while I'm getting ready with me, so you have something to look at other than the car. Nothing happened this weekend. Like, I want to bash my head into this desk out of frustration. Steven's dad was supposed to come Friday. He didn't show up. He came up Saturday with the intent to take her home with him. And by that time, she had changed her mind and said, friggin' thing shut off on me. Okay, so I don't know what I last said, so let me try and say it again. She changed her mind and said, I never said I was going to a nursing home. He's not going to put me in a nursing home, and was like flipping out over that again. So that was that. She changed. When he came, he said that he was going to take her with him. She didn't want to do that either, so she said, I'll get the home health aide people to come take care of me again. And like, all of us were saying, me especially, then they come like 2-3 days a week for an hour or so. What are we supposed to do the rest of the time? So just to make a long story short, this ended with Steven's dad saying, if you don't go through with the home health aide coming and giving you showers and everything, then I'm gonna come take you up to Vermont with me. Don't know. He said a week. Steven's saying it's probably gonna be when he comes in May. I have no freaking faith anymore that anything is gonna happen. And like now, I'm hoping he gets a job real freaking soon, because as it is right now, we can't just go look for a place when he doesn't have an income. Like, that's not something you can lie about, because they check that and everything. How many chances do we have to give her to, like, it's done. I just want to scream. I want to go somewhere and scream my lungs out, because this is way too much. And then there was like a big friggin' argument over her money again. Like, her family's so concerned about her money that it makes me ill. And she never took care of anything the correct way, so it's like I'm being punished for it, having to stay here and take care of her. Because the way that everything is written in the paperwork, like, yeah, she has a will, but Medicaid's not going to give a shit about that when it comes time to take the money from her. So it's like, her daughter, not the drug addict one, but the other one, she was smart enough to go have her friggin' put all her money in a trust. And like, I think that they can still go after that, but it's more protected. I don't know, the laws are so freaking hard to understand, and I've been reading so much. But she wants to move all her money around now, and then that's gonna look suspicious, because they're gonna think that we were like talking her into doing that. I don't know. At least my hair is not super poofy today. That's because it's still a little bit wet. I went to bed with it damp. That's okay. So I just wanted to update you on that. I kind of knew in the back of my mind that this problem wasn't going to be solved this weekend. The only blessing and curse at this point is that Steven is home now, so that he can like take care of this. And it's a curse because he's not working, so it's good and bad. Let's see if this angle helps the phone stop shaking more. So we took Aiden to school this morning, and we pulled into the parking lot. Everything was fine, and then all of a sudden he started gagging and was about to throw up. So I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to send him into school if he's going to be sick again. So we drove around to the front, and Steven went in and was like, this is going to sound really stupid, but I'm calling my son out, because he didn't like know what else to say. He's like, we were just in the parking lot and he threw up, so we don't want to send him into school if he's just going to get sent home. So we, on the way back home, we went to stop at Dunkin' Donuts because I wanted to grab something to eat real quick. And Steven went in because at that hour of the morning, the line is way too long for the drive-thru. And as soon as he went in, Aiden was like, whenever he gets sick like that, he gets like whiny, and then his head was like to the side. I knew he was going to throw up. I just know what he looks like when he's going to throw up. So luckily I had a plastic bag in the back seat, and I got out and opened his door and let him throw up into the bag. So it was just all clear, like, it was all clear, like mucus, or it wasn't really mucusy either. It was just like clear stomach bile. But he's got a runny nose again. I think that the problem might have been he was like, had post-nasal drip all night, so he was probably swallowing it, and that upset his stomach. I don't know, but he just got over being sick, and now he's not feeling good again. I feel so bad. He did so good for like the entire school year. He had one cold, and now he's getting sick constantly. And we had on Friday, we had his annual meeting with his teacher and his speech therapist and everybody for like his update for next year. And they want him to do the summer program again, which I'm really not crazy about it, because I know it's good for him so that he doesn't like lose everything that he's learned and doing so good at. But at the same time, it's earlier in the morning every day, it's shorter days, and it's only 4 days a week. So it's kind of more of a pain in the butt. And it's not his same teacher, it's the summer teacher. And I hope it's not the same lady from last year, because she like didn't know what she was doing with special needs kids. She just looked like she was way overwhelmed all the time. And she was always saying that he was like tired and cranky and didn't want to eat his lunch and everything. I'm like, yeah, that's his biggest issue, is eating. It's a task and a half, and his current teacher is doing so good with him on eating. What the fuck's honking at me? His current teacher is doing so good with him on eating and everything that like when someone else tries to feed him, those are usually the days that the nurse calls me saying he threw up and they think he's sick. But it was really just because someone was trying to shove food in his mouth and he didn't want to eat it. So, like, the way that he's not used to. So, I don't know. Right? He's okay now. He's just got, like, the runny, snotty nose. But I'm going to keep an eye on him. Luckily, he doesn't have a fever again like last time. I think this is just a sinus thing. Because my grandma is still sick from, like, a month ago. She can't get rid of the sinusitis, or whatever they call it. So she said she was gonna try and see if she can get in to see her doctor and get an antibiotic to try and get rid of it. But like this time last year was when I got that, like Aiden had it too, the bronchitis, but mine would not go away, and it was just coughing and coughing and coughing. Like it got to the point where my lungs and my chest and everything hurt just from coughing so much. Like the sore throat and everything went away, but that chronic cough was still there. So I'm on my way right now. Steven's home with Aiden, obviously, to Staples because I have to get computer paper and just like general office supplies that I've run out of all at the same time. So rather than I need laminating sheets, and I don't know if they have the big packs of those or not. If they do, they're probably too expensive, so I'll just go home and order it on Amazon. But I need computer paper like right now. So I put it off too long buying it, and now I'm completely out of it, and I can't print packing slips or anything for anyone. So I figured I would get out of the house and go do this. Now, what I was talking about this morning, this weekend did nothing but aggravate me, because Thursday was the day that we had that horrible day where she was out of it again and she wasn't feeling good and she pooped all the way all over the bathroom and everything. Losing my voice. Pooped all over the bathroom, ran through it with her walker. Steven had to clean up for like an hour after that, and then she was refusing to take a shower. And then he had called his dad, and he was like fed up with everything and was like, all right, I'm coming down tomorrow to get all her finances in order and apply for Medicaid to get her into the nursing home, because she doesn't have Medicaid yet, I guess. It's just Medicare. I don't know how it works. But I was like, okay, so something's finally going to get done about this? And then he didn't show up on Friday. So I was like, great, he's not going to get anything done on a weekend, because, like, most places do not do that kind of stuff on Saturdays and Sundays, like admitting and everything. So he came down Saturday afternoon, and I'm like waiting for him to start talking to her about it, because on Thursday she was like, I think it's time for me to go to the nursing home. She said it. Like I said, she had like this moment of clarity wash over her, and that was it. But he told her, I'm prepared to take you with me tomorrow when I go home so that you can come live with me. And I really don't know how that's going to work out either, because I think that's the end plan here, is what's going to happen. She's going to go to Vermont with him, because him and his wife both work, and there's going to be a period of about 4.5 hours during the day where she's going to be all by herself. And I don't think he knows the extent to what she doesn't listen. She will yes you to death and tell you, yeah, I'll do that, I'll listen to you. And then she just does what she wants anyway. So, I mean, I don't think that's going to work out for very long, because that's going to be pretty much the same situation as here, but even worse, because someone's not going to be with her all day long. I don't know how he thinks that's going to work out, but he's like desperately trying to not put her in a nursing home. He works in a nursing home. I think I've mentioned that before. He's a physical therapist, and he works with old people. So if she did have to go and she was up there, she could go to the one that he works at, and I'm sure she'd get really good care, because he's like one of the main people there, so he's a boss, and nobody would want to get him pissed off for mistreating his mother or whatever. But I don't know how this is all going to work out. I really don't. What the heck was that? It's just so frustrating that nothing is being done about this, and like now I feel even more trapped because Steven's not working. There's no way in hell we're gonna go get approved for anything. Like, we were looking at houses and how to get looking into getting a first-time homeowner's loan and all that crap, and like we're not gonna get approved for anything if he's not working. So that's like out of the question right now. Like, we cannot even look for places until he has a job again. And now I don't know how long it's going to be before she's actually out of here. Like, this is so... I got excited when he first came and was like, I'm going to take you home with me. And then she started saying, because Steven and his dad both told her, like, it's either you're going to end up coming home with me, or you're going to have to go into a nursing home, because they can't take care of you anymore like this. And that was when she was like, I'm not going to a nursing home. You're not going to put me in a nursing home. Even though 2 days before she was completely ready to pack up and go to a nursing home. That clarity definitely didn't last too long. But they both told her that, and she was getting pissed off at that. And by the end of that conversation, she was kind of agreeable to go move to Vermont with him. But she kept saying, I'm gonna get the Old Colony people, that's the company that's here that sends the home health aid and everything, so that they can come help me get bathed and stuff. And even at that point, his dad was like, that's fine for when they're here, but what about when they're not here? Like, she needs 24/7 care. The only thing that would work is hiring someone that's gonna move in there and take care of her all the time. And like, we don't want an extra person living there. I don't even know if there's any place like that around here that does that kind of crap. They'll send someone like every day if you wanted, but she's saying, oh, a couple days a week is fine. No, it's not. You need someone all the time because Steven and I cannot do this anymore. When he's even at the point where he's had it, then you know it's bad because he was more like, I don't even know how to describe it, but more like agreeable to take care of her than I have been. Why are my cheeks so red? Probably because I'm pissed off talking about all this stuff. So yeah, I couldn't really get into the whole story this morning when I was doing my makeup because she was right upstairs and she hears things she wants to hear, and she's got like selective hearing, so I didn't want her to hear me talking about it too much. But I am so aggravated with the whole situation now. I want this to be over. Like, I want an end result here. Her daughter's coming, not tomorrow, but Wednesday, because today's still Monday, to take her to that appointment in Boston that they still have not gone to. So that should be fun. Her being out all day, getting exhausted. She's going to be a mess on Thursday, so thank God Steven's home. She, like, the way she is today, she can't even walk again. I'm waiting for her to go in the bathroom and make a giant mess. That day that she pooped, she ruined that bath mat that I got again. It's like the third one she's crapped all over. I'm so sick of the entire situation. I know I keep saying that. I sound like a broken record. I don't know what else to do. I'm so over it. I don't want to do this anymore. I feel so defeated. Like, every time I think something's gonna get done, it doesn't. Every time I think that I've made my voice heard enough for somebody to do something about it, nothing gets done. Fucking A, I hate this intersection. I just have to say, because this is absolutely ridiculous, I did end up getting my computer paper and stuff, but for the same exact thing that I usually get my laminating sheets, it's a 50 pack of Avery brand self-laminating sheets that I use to make like the laminated stickers for anything that might get wet, or like just to make more heavy duty stickers than the plain paper ones. I usually pay around $14 on Amazon for those. They had the same exact pack, 50 count pack, Avery self-laminating sheets, $32.99. They were like, they had a buy one get one 50% off sign on it, and I'm like, it's $32.99 for something I normally pay $14 for, so they can friggin' go screw themselves. I will go home and order it off Amazon instead. But I did get the computer paper was on sale for $4.99. Even that is like ridiculously priced there. That's why I never come here for anything. It's like you can get everything at Walmart or Target for way cheaper. But the problem is Walmart doesn't have the big packs of the laminating sheets. They only have like a 10 pack. And I go through so much of that. I need the 50 count. When I first started making stickers and stuff, I was getting like a 100 count box that was pretty cheap. I think that was around like $13.99, between 13 and 15 bucks. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it wasn't a ton. So I don't understand it, but yeah, Staples is way too overpriced. That's freaking ridiculous. You know what I want for Mother's Day this year? Just one day where I'm not stressed out. I'm freaking, today is Wednesday. Aiden has been out of school sick since Monday when he threw up in the parking lot. So he's home with Steven right now. His grandma should have left by now with her daughter to go to that Boston appointment. She's a mess today, so that's gonna be fun. She gets to deal with it for a few hours. Let's see, what else? I got a phone call this morning from the lady at the Social Security office because, like, we had applied Aiden for it. I didn't want to bother. We're making it fine without it. But the social worker at the place in Boston that we took Aiden for his evaluation and everything told us just apply for it. He should automatically get approved because he is disabled. So that was months ago that we did that, and then apparently I didn't do the send her pay stubs and stuff from Steven, and then like I don't know what I'm supposed to send for proof of self-employment. All I have to show her is like my tax papers that like PayPal sent me from last year, so that's what I'm gonna send. But she's like, you have to send that stuff within the next few days or we'll have to deny him for his benefits. He's been approved since April 6th. No one told me he was approved. The way she left it on the phone interview last time was like, well, he might get approved for it and might not. So I was like, yeah, he's gonna get denied for it. But like, this is extra money that will help right now with Steven being out of work, and now I've got to go to the bank. I've got to create an account in Aiden's name so that they can pay the Social Security money. And I have to find some place with a fax machine that I can fax her this information because she doesn't want it mailed because it has to be done in the next few days. Ugh. I would assume the library would have a fax like a public fax machine, no? I don't know where else to check. The only other place I can think of is there's a place in the center of town that does like copies and makes signs and stuff, and I would assume that they would have a fax machine for the public use too.
Hi.
Say hi, camera. Today is, what is today? Thursday. I have that feeling in my throat like I'm getting sick again like last time. So I'm going to get some vitamin C and stuff because I'm all out. I want to try and nip it in the bud. Aiden's still got a runny nose, but he's much better. We're going to school. Yesterday, since I didn't update again yesterday, when I was pulling into the driveway when I got home, it was 9:45. And Steven was sitting outside with his grandma in her wheelchair because her daughter still was not here to get her for the appointment in Boston at 10:30 that they had. Mind you, it is like a 45-minute to an hour drive to that place without traffic. So I can only imagine how late they were. His grandma said that they didn't care that they were late, but I can guarantee you they were all like, what the hell is wrong with these people? So they didn't come home till 3, I think it was. It was like 2:45. They did what they had to do, the imaging and everything, and they're recommending that she gets the stents put in her heart. So they want her to have surgery, and her daughter's trying to talk her into it. She doesn't want to do it, which I don't blame her, because I mean, the condition that she's in, she fell again last night at like 12:45 in the morning. She's either gonna, like, having to go through anesthesia and everything. I don't know why they're recommending that, because, I mean, she's either gonna, like, die on the table, or she's not gonna be able to come back home because she's gonna be in such worse off condition than she already is. So there's that. They want her to go through with that and everything, and she's thinking about it. Then, what else is going on? The ABA guy came last night, and I was under the impression that they were gonna do this like once every 2 weeks. No, he's coming once every 2 weeks to like do the updates and stuff, but the therapist that he's gonna have come is coming twice a week for 2 hours each time. So 4 hours a week, which doesn't sound like a lot, but like he's got school, and then he comes home by like 3, so they're gonna have to come after 3. So say they come at like 3:30, they're not gonna leave till 5:30, and then like I have to do dinner after that. It's just, ugh. Like, I know he needs this, but it's so inconvenient. It's just, with everything else going on, it's like, so I don't know. Everything is still up in the air because we don't know what's going on. Steven called the service to have the home health aide come. They haven't called back yet to set up a time for to evaluate what she needs and everything. That's probably going to be sometime next week. I think this is so pointless because it's not gonna work out. Like, having someone to come bathe her and stuff is fine, but like, she needs full-time help and nobody is understanding that for some reason. So, like I said, for now, it's okay because Steven's home, but as soon as he gets another job, it's gonna go back to SHIT again because it's gonna be me at home alone with her all the time. And she's just going downhill. Like, every day is worse than the last. And especially because she was out all day yesterday. She's like, she hasn't even gotten out of bed yet. She can't move. She's in so much pain. So, I was supposed to go out with my friend today, meet her and have like lunch and stuff. And I texted her this morning, like, I'm getting sick. I don't want to, because she always has her 1-year-old son with her. So I don't want to get him sick. Oh, I didn't know the flash was on, but I just made some raspberry cheesecake bars. They smell so good, but they're super hot right now, so I can't try them yet. They're really good though. It is super nice out today. I had the air conditioner on yesterday because it was so warm. Say hi.
Hi.
You see him? It's already 52 degrees out. It's not sunny or anything. I don't think it's supposed to rain today. So that's nice. Steven's grandma is a complete train wreck. Like I told him last night, I'm like, please tell your aunt we're not gonna do any more of these day-long trips with her because she can't handle it anymore. She can't even, like, put your feet down. She can't even pick up her English muffin to eat it. And she keeps telling him she doesn't want to eat. She didn't want dinner last night. She didn't want breakfast this morning. She can't even, like, sit up on her own. So, he was, last night last night he went in there to give her nighttime pills. And she called him Sean, which is his drug addict cousin. So he got mad at her for that. I'm like, she's completely out of it. She's not with it. Like, the last time she got sick like this, she was calling me Marianne. That's her drug addict daughter. So, I don't know what's going on. She's still out of it this morning. Like, not as bad to where she's calling us by the wrong names or anything. But she can't get up, which means she can't get up to go to the bathroom, so I'm hoping she doesn't have to poop because she's just been going in her Depends and Steven's been changing her, which is real fun when she can't even get out of bed because he has to keep rolling her around, and oh my god, it's a disaster. I knew she shouldn't have bothered going to that appointment on Friday. I mean, what day was that? Wednesday? Because seriously, all it did was wipe her out, make her friggin' loopy and in pain and everything. And just for them to tell her that they want her to have surgery that she doesn't want to have. So I think she's gonna say no to it, and then she doesn't have to go to that appointment on. Did I even mention that? If she decides she's doing this, she has to have a CAT scan at 8:30 in the morning on Monday. I was like, why would your aunt make it for that early? Like, tell them to do it a different day or set it for later in the day. She can't even get there on time for a 10:30 appointment, never mind friggin' 8:30 in the morning. And it's such a, like, it's like an act of Congress in the morning to get her going and get ready and get dressed and out of bed and everything. She's gonna have to get up at like 5:30 in the morning if she's gonna go to that appointment. And then she'll be a wreck again because she's gonna have her out all day. And that's what pisses me off so much, is that, like, the rare occasions where his aunt does come and take her out to do something, which she used to take her out at least once a week for lunch or something. Now we only see her when she has a doctor's appointment. And she can't even get there on time for these things. So that's what pisses me off, is that she'll have her out all day long and then just drops her off and is like, bye, and leaves her with us to deal with the consequences of being out all day long like that. Like, she's a complete freaking mess right now, and thank God Steven is home, because I wouldn't be able to take care of her. So, yeah, the other day when his aunt came, I told you when I was out grocery shopping, I was like, oh, she should be long gone by now, because the appointment is at 10:30. I pulled into the driveway. Steven's out there with his grandma. She's sitting in her wheelchair. I'm like, why are you still here? You're never gonna make it on time if she tries to come now, which is friggin' ridiculous. And then as I friggin' was going into the house with the groceries, she pulled in. And the first thing out of her mouth when she got out of the car was, how long has she been sitting outside? Like, all concerned that his grandmother's been sitting outside all morning waiting for her. Maybe you should have got there on time. But, there was that, and then when they came home at like 3 o'clock, I think it was 3:15, I'm not really sure, but it was later in the afternoon, his aunt came to the door and called Steven to come get her out of the car, and she didn't even come in the house, she just took off. She let him bring her in the house, and that was it. So it was straight to bed, and she's been in bed since then. I think he got her up once to go to the bathroom, and then said forget it, because she was like falling over even with him to support her, to like support her weight from the back. So since then she's been laying in bed, which is just awesome. He wanted to take her to the hospital last night because she was so loopy and not calling him by the right name and everything. She didn't want to go. I was like, don't bother taking her. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I was like, wait till the morning and see if she's better. And she's not much better today, so I don't know. He's probably gonna call his dad and ask what he thinks. So I don't know, I'll keep you guys updated, but it is Friday, so this will probably be the last little bit of clip from this week. But I'll talk to you again soon.